JBNN keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, police seeking public's help to identify woman's body. Detectives attached to the St. Catherine South Police Division are seeking the public's assistance in identifying the body of a woman that was found in Glades District in Caymanas Bay. The woman is believed to be in her 20s. Her body was discovered on the afternoon of Friday, March 3. The body is of a brown complexion, medium build, and about 5 feet 4 inches long with black hair. It was dressed in only a white t-shirt. A post-mortem was done on the body on Tuesday, April 4. The police are therefore appealing to persons to come forward with any information that can assist in identifying the body. Persons with information can contact the Central Village Police at 876-984-2644, the Caymanas Police at 876-988-1719, or the Police 119 emergency number. St. James Police lists 6 men wanted for murder. Detectives assigned to the St. James Police Division have listed 6 men as wanted for murders committed across the division. The men are Romain Thorpe, otherwise called Dutchman; Leon Higgins, otherwise called Footer of Rosides, St. James; Shaquille Brown of William Street, St. James; Cliff Henry; Shane Morgan, otherwise called OK, of Upper King Street, St. James; and Oren Dunn, otherwise called Mike of Norwood, St. James, who is wanted for double murder. The police are asking anyone with information on the whereabouts of these men to contact the Montego Bay Police at 876-953-6191, Crime Stopper 311, the NIB tip line at 811, the Police 119 number, or the nearest police station. Residents are also being reminded that it is a crime to harbor a fugitive. Bullet-riddled body of farmer set ablaze in St. Anne. The bullet-riddled body of a man was reportedly set on Friday matinee, St. Anne, on Monday night. The deceased has been identified as 23-year-old farmer Karen Benjamin. Police report that around 9 a.m. on Tuesday, residents stumbled upon the body. Police believe Benjamin was killed and set ablaze last night when residents reportedly heard explosions sounding like gunshots around 11 p.m. Investigations continue. Teacher jailed, allegedly linked to 13-year-old student's disappearance. A male teacher employed to St. Andrew Base High School is in police custody in connection with 2 investigations, one of which involves a 13-year-old female student who was reported missing for several hours last week before she was found. The teacher was apprehended last Friday, but has not yet been charged with any crime, Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, commanding officer for the St. Andrew South Police, said on Sunday. Following the arrest, Ricketts said that it was discovered that the educator was the subject of a separate probe being led by the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, CISOCA. The teacher is currently on administrative suspension or leave that could be related to the CISOCA probe, the senior cop said. He said that investigators also believe that the initial report involving the missing 13-year-old had something to do with this teacher. According to the police and sources, the child did not show up at school one day last week, causing a relative to file a missing persons report with the police. The following night, the teen was found along Padmore Drive in the Waltham Park area. She has since been reunited with her family, Ricketts confirmed. The teacher is in custody as we finalize our investigation, the senior cop said. Cops reportedly led to the teacher's St. Andrew home by another student who is friends with the then missing teen. It is alleged that while in custody, the teacher sent a friend to his home to collect several gadgets, including a cell phone, a laptop, and a tablet. The friend was intercepted by the police and the gadget seized, a source close to the investigation revealed. They are to be examined by the police's communication forensic and the cybercrimes division. This incident is the latest in a recent string of cases involving teachers. At least 4 teachers are currently before the courts, charged with various sex-related crimes involving their students. They include Ronald Smith, 44, who is accused of repeatedly engaging in sexual acts with female students at 2 high schools where he taught, some of which were captured in cell phone videos and pictures, investigators claim. He was charged with over a dozen sex-related offenses and could face more charges, as the police search other young girls seen in additional cell phone videos and pictures. The others include Dawat Jeffrey, 29, a guidance counselor at another St. Andrew Base High School, and a 24-year-old business education teacher at a St. Anne-based institution. Jeffrey was charged in April last year with rape and multiple counts of indecent assault involving a 16-year-old female student. The alleged incidents took place in his school office. The business education teacher is facing charges of buggery, grievous sexual assault, and indecent assault involving a male student. Judge denies Pathways killer bail for his safety. Andrew Ruddock was confessed to committing murder during a ritual at Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries in 2021, was denied bail on Monday due to the belief that he could become a homicide victim if he's released from custody. Additionally, Supreme Court Judge Vinnie Graham Allen cited the possibility of him not showing up for a trial based on the seriousness of the allegations against him. Ruddock is accused of murdering Tanika Gardner on October 17, 2021 during a ritual at the church in St. James. He allegedly cut Gardner's throat. The accused must be kept in custody for his own protection. The bail application is therefore denied, Justice Graham Allen said. This is a very celebrated case in Jamaica, not just in Montego Bay. The accused sees what is staring him in the face. He sees the seriousness of the case and must be satisfied that he'll return to face this court. I'm not so satisfied. This court cannot find any conditions to put in place that he'll return for a trial. I'm concerned about his safety, Graham Allen added. The judge said that while bail is seen as a right, it is not absolute, pointing out that the accused played two seminal roles at the church. Man being treated at hospital found with gun. A man was taken to the hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound on March 3, was charged after a gun and ammunition were found in his possession. The man, identified as 20-year-old David Witter, otherwise called Pops, of Wildman Street in Kingston, was charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Reports are that about 8:10 p.m., Witter was shot in the head by unknown assailants and was taken to hospital for treatment. While being treated, one FMK 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 14 rounds of ammunition was found in his possession. Following an investigation, Witter was formally charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized. St. Catherine man pleads guilty over missing gun. A St. Catherine man today pleaded guilty to neglect in relation to his licensed firearm going missing. Dean Dixon, who was charged with a breach of duty to secure and store a firearm and ammunition, is to be sentenced on July 7. His bail was extended by Parish Court Judge Nicole Kellier. In court today, Dixon admitted that he could not account for the whereabouts of his gun. The court heard that on April 1 he was at home when he realized that his Glock 17 pistol, along with 17 rounds of ammunition, was missing. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. Dixon was subsequently charged with breaching the Firearms Act. New company to acquire majority ownership in Jamaica. United States-based Century Aluminum Company is to acquire Noble's 55% ownership interest in bauxite company Jamaica. The company says the transaction should close by the end of April. Jamaica is a joint venture between Noble Group and Clarendon Alumina Production Cap, which is owned by the Jamaican government. Pursuant to the terms of the agreement, Century says a wholly owned subsidiary will acquire General Alumina Holdings Limited, a Noble subsidiary and owner of Noble's 55% interest in Jamaica. This acquisition is highly strategic for Century, as it secures a predictable, long-term supply of alumina, our most critical raw material, and achieves increased transparency and control of our supply chain, said President and Chief Executive Officer of Century, Jesse Gary, in a statement today. Acquiring this interest in Jamaica allows us to integrate our aluminum smelting operations with this critical upstream supply of bauxite and alumina to create a more balanced and robust operational footprint, resulting in an organization that is better positioned to deliver strong performance through industry cycles, he continued. With an annual alumina production capacity of approximately 1.4 million tons and a workforce of over 900 employees, Gary noted that Jamaica is a well-known and highly regarded organization with a world-class operational team. Florida woman mourns after her husband drowns on Jamaica trip. A Florida woman is mourning the death of her husband, who is suspected to have drowned while on a trip to Blue Hole in St. Ann last week. Yolissa Blakes and her husband, 33-year-old Damien Benjamin, were passengers on the Carnival Sunrise cruise ship that docked in Ocho Blake, speaking in a television interview, said that Benjamin, a rising tattoo artist, was a dedicated husband of 11 years who had been by her side through a battle with heart problem. He was just here for me non-stop always, all these years, she said. As a thank you gift to Benjamin, Blake said she booked a cruise to Jamaica. That was my gift to him, she said. He was happy. The cruise arrived in Ocho on Wednesday morning, and after it docked, the couple visited Blue Hole, a trip Blake said was not booked through the cruise line. She said her husband wished for them to both jump in the waterfall, but she was scared. He wanted me to go with him, and I just couldn't because my heart. So I just made the decision, okay, if you want to go, go. But then tragedy struck. A grief-stricken Blake noted, that was the last time I saw him. Her husband drowned. What happened with Damien? I don't ever want to happen to anybody else again, she said. I had to see him die. Benjamin leaves behind sisters, a mother and a daughter, Blake said, remembering him as an angel on earth. In tribute to her late husband, Blake said the first thing she did when she returned home on Saturday was to get a tattoo in his honor. It says, Damien, we only part to meet again, she said. In a statement, Carnival crew said, Carnival's security team is supporting the family for guests who died ashore, while Carnival's sunrise was in notorious Jamaica on Wednesday. Our thoughts are with the guests' family at this time. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.